All right, so after 17 NBA seasons, Zach Randolph has decided to retire. Z-Bo is going to hang it up. And you know what? I'm not convinced that he didn't have a Hall of Fame career. If you think I'm crazy, trust me, there's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame who have far less business being there than Zach Randolph does. So congrats, Z-Bo, on a great career. But in my opinion, when I think of Zach Randolph, I always think that his biggest accomplishment was nothing that he did from like a scoring or a rebounding standpoint. Zach Randolph's biggest accomplishment in the NBA, in my opinion, was that he was the only guy that I can remember who was able to check DeMarcus Cousins. He was the only guy to tame DeMarcus Cousins. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to take you on a little trip down memory lane. Now, as you know, DeMarcus Cousins, he's been a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He backs down from nobody. He takes, he doesn't take any nonsense from anybody. Anybody, not named Zach Randolph, that is. So again, a trip down memory lane. Here we go. DeMarcus Cousins, his run-ins with players over the year. Here he is with Patrick Beverley back when Pat Bev was still on the Rockets. A little innocent, shove. But again, contact was made. He doesn't back down. He pushes Patrick Beverley and says, lets him know, listen, don't play with me. I'm not the one to play with, all right? But let's take on somebody a little bigger than that, okay? Joakim Noah. The two big men getting a little tussle. Arms get tangled up. DeMarcus Cousins once again lets Joakim Noah know, listen, I'm not here for that. Okay, you got the wrong side. Listen, I'm not the one. I'm not here for that. Try somebody else with that, not me, okay? But even more closer to home, right? Kevin Durant, before these guys became teammates on the Warriors, they got into it. Remember this? KD on the Warriors and DeMarcus Cousins when he was in New Orleans, right? They get into it. This one actually looked pretty serious to me. And like a year later, they were teammates, laughing it up and joking it up like none of this ever happened. But again, my point is, he doesn't back down from KD, right? He never backed down from anybody. And this one here, this one was my personal favorite. I really don't understand why he did this, but him and Marcus Smart got tangled up here. And he threw Marcus Smart to the ground like he stole something from him, like he owed him money or something. He just threw that grown man to the ground. I don't understand why he did that, okay? He threw him to the ground. Now that's just 4 examples, but you get my point in case you're not familiar with DeMarcus Cousins on the court. That's what he did, right? And there's countless more examples other than that, but you get my point. And then there were a couple run-ins with Zach Randolph, and I'm getting to my point now. Here they are, a couple years ago. They get into it. Arms get locked up like big men do from time to time in the NBA. And listen, look at this. Zach Randolph said, hey man, listen, Zach is like, I saw what you did to all them other guys, but trust me, I'm not those other guys. It's not so much what Zach is doing, how Zach is actually getting in DeMarcus' face. It's DeMarcus' lack of response that really shocked me. This was the first time I saw him never respond to anybody. And I don't know what it is, but he never responded to Zach Randolph. And later on in that game, Zach hits DeMarcus with a double elbow right in the face. Boom, boom. This looks kind of intentional, right? It's in the same game. DeMarcus takes it and he runs down court. I'm just surprised because, listen, he got in the guys' faces for doing far less than that. But when it was Zach Randolph, he didn't do anything. It's just an observation. I don't know why that is. Several years later, we can't forget this, right? They must have gotten to it again. And then, they're at the free throw line. And Zach says to DeMarcus, he lets him know that he's not afraid of him because he says, quote, where I'm from, bullies get bullied. You remember that, right? I mean, and he said it like 3 inches from DeMarcus' face. Now, listen, I don't know what to make of all of this, but again, I go back to my original point, like that Zach was the only guy to check DeMarcus, kind of put him in his place, so to speak, and he was the only guy that DeMarcus didn't really step to. I don't know why that is. Listen, my intention is not at all to call DeMarcus Cousins fake or soft or none of that. I don't believe that's the case. I'm just purely making an observation. I don't know what it was about Zach Randolph and DeMarcus Cousins, but that was the only guy that DeMarcus didn't act like DeMarcus Cousins with for whatever reason. I'm just making an observation. So to me, again, that's the biggest accomplishment in Zach Randolph's career. And to me, it made me look at DeMarcus a little bit differently. But anyway, Z-Bo, enjoy retirement, bro.